Ultra man, who you got? You got Jake Paul? Say that.
I got Mike. Have you seen Mike hit the mitts? There's
Yes.
footage, right? The power ain't went nowhere. Even at 58, if you watch Mike train, you already know that's hell to deal with. Even for a young Jake who is very polished now.
Mike Tyson hit you with that uppercut and hit you like Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Remember Rock'em Sock'em Robot?
Yeah. You know what the scary part is? Jake has to be able to fight on the inside because where Mike don't fight.
I ain't going on the inside. You out your damn mind.
Former NFL superstar and sports commentator Shannon Sharpe has weighed in on the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, sparking conversation with his bold prediction: Jake Paul will badly hurt Mike Tyson in their upcoming fight. Shannon Sharpe, a seasoned sports analyst and former NFL star, isn't known for pulling punches with his opinions. While some may view Sharpe's statement as surprising, he has several compelling reasons to back his prediction. Sharpe highlighted that Jake Paul's youth and fitness give him a significant advantage over the 58-year-old Tyson. While Tyson remains in great shape, there's no denying that age affects endurance, speed, and reaction time. Sharpe believes that Paul's ability to last longer in the ring and maintain his energy will work to his advantage, potentially allowing him to wear Tyson down as the rounds progress. Unlike fighters from Tyson's era, Jake Paul has access to cutting-edge training and nutritional resources, which Sharpe argues will give Paul a sharper edge. Paul has taken full advantage of modern advancements, training with top-tier boxing coaches, strength and conditioning experts, and nutritionists to optimize his body for peak performance. According to Sharpe, these differences in preparation can't be overlooked, as they contribute significantly to a fighter's stamina, resilience, and power.
You don't have a choice. Mike don't fight from a distance. Mike fights on the inside. Oh, you gonna jab him the whole time?
I got to keep him up off me.
And what's the one thing Mike always do? Hands right here and coming in.
Oh, he coming in.
Coming in.
He gonna do one thing. He gonna
That goddamn hook. That
The
goddamn
hook to the body.
Oh, and coming up to, man, listen, I love Jake. You just got to be able to keep your distance, keep that jab out there. Hell, shit. Matter of fact, it's to be perfect opportunity for me to get back in the ring too, man.
Another reason Sharpe believes in Jake Paul's chances is his recent, consistent activity in the boxing ring. Unlike Tyson, who retired in 2005 and only returned for exhibitions, Paul has maintained a busy schedule, facing opponents with a diverse range of fighting styles. Sharpe argued that Paul's ability to adapt and strategize in real fights, as opposed to exhibitions, has given him a unique edge, making him more conditioned to respond effectively in the ring. While Tyson's power was once second to none, his recent fights indicate that he's no longer the devastating knockout artist he used to be. Sharpe pointed out that age and years of wear on the body naturally reduce a fighter's knockout potential. In contrast, Jake Paul is young and still building his punching power, which has proven formidable in recent fights. Sharpe noted that Tyson could find himself outpaced and outmaneuvered by Paul, especially in the later rounds. Moreover, Sharpe admires Jake Paul's commitment to self-improvement and confidence in the face of critics and doubters. Paul has invested heavily in his boxing journey, creating a nothing-to-lose mindset that allows him to take risks without fear. Sharpe thinks this mentality could give Paul an advantage over Tyson, whose reputation and legendary status might weigh him down mentally, given the pressure to perform. Despite this, Sharpe expressed frustration over Paul's selective choice of opponents. So far, Paul's matches have been against retired athletes or MMA fighters who have little to no experience in professional boxing. These matches, while lucrative and popular, don't reflect the true demands of professional boxing.
Now you around and hit Mike the wrong way, and Mike snap on your ass and decide to add pressure and open up. I don't know if Jesus got that wheel, but somebody better be driving. What Jake is doing is strategic, as most boxers do, to build their resume.
No, they fought real boxers. They fought guys that actually box. They're not fighting retired football players or retired basketball players.
Sharpe pointed out that Paul has yet to face an active professional boxer with a solid record. He believes Paul's wins, while impressive, lack the legitimacy that comes from competing against high-ranking boxers at the peak of their careers. Sharpe argued that by taking on fighters past their prime or outside the boxing realm, Paul has yet to prove himself in a truly competitive environment. This criticism stems from the belief that Paul's reputation as a fighter is boosted by carefully curated matchups, rather than the rigorous, career-defining challenges that professional boxers face. Sharpe's comments reflect a broader divide in the world of boxing today. On one hand, Jake Paul represents a new generation of boxers who have come up through social media, challenging the sport's traditional structure and bringing new fans into the fold. However, by not yet facing an active professional boxer, Paul's reputation remains somewhat controversial among boxing purists.
I think because Jake doesn't have a boxing background, he's starting this route until he gets a little better, then he can go and face those that fight for a living.
Who? Do you realize what weight class he in? He weighs 199. We talk about it all the time, Ocho. There's levels.
Oh, yeah.
And he talking about he want Canelo at 168?
Well, I'll tell you this. July 20, when he fight Mike Tyson knocking the head and shoulder shampoo out of his head that night.
On the other hand, Mike Tyson has delivered a startling revelation, declaring that if his fate takes a downturn in his upcoming showdown with Jake Paul, he'd prefer to go out in the ring rather than in a hospital bed. Following the announcement of the rescheduled date, criticism flooded social media from the boxing community, questioning the choice to move forward with the event. Promoter Eddie Hearn also revealed that he plans to leave the arena immediately after Katie Taylor's fight with Amanda Serrano. Concerns over Tyson's well-being have grown due to the notable 31-year age gap between him and his opponent, heightening even further following the American's recent and unexpected revelation. Prior to the main event, Netflix announced a 3-part behind-the-scenes documentary series, Countdown: Paul vs. Tyson, which provides an intimate look at the fighters' training camps and the rigorous preparations for the bout. Following the release of the Countdown trailer, Tyson made a startling statement. "This is really big for me. If I win, I'll be immortal. If I do it badly, I don't want to die in a hospital bed. I want to die in the ring." In recent months, the 58-year-old has once again stirred concern within the boxing community with his remarks. Tyson previously disclosed that post-sparring sessions left him struggling to walk, adding to the growing worry about his well-being. The youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history was in conversation with Mike Ducey of Fox 4 News in Dallas-Fort Worth. During their chat, Ducey probed Tyson about his training regimen and how he felt about training at this stage in his life. It appeared that Ducey was somewhat unaware of Jake Paul's prowess in the boxing ring. So he asked Tyson, "Do you think he's a legitimate boxer?" The boxing legend replied that the Ohioan could fight, but added that not at a level where he stood. "How long do you think this thing will last?" The next question followed. Mike Tyson responded, "Not long. Soon as I catch him, because he's going to run like a thief. I don't see how he's going to fight by running all day." As Iron Mike points out, with Jake Paul being 3 decades his junior, many speculate that defeating an old man like him should pose no challenge at all. Yet, despite the significant age difference, the reality is that Paul may struggle to rise to the occasion. There's a strong possibility he could steer clear of a direct clash. The response seemingly roused Mike Ducey's curiosity. He asked, "So he can't stand toe-to-toe and punch you?" Tyson replied, "Well, I think he should try it, given that he is much older and past his prime. Jake Paul should be able to withstand the physical challenges that often come with a direct confrontation. He should be able to handle punches from an old weathering man like me," said Iron Mike. Tyson's training videos have taken social media by storm. "I'm just getting started," the former champion declared in a recent Instagram post. The accompanying clip showcased him in a fierce sparring match, where he unleashed a barrage of powerful combinations on his opponent. Overwhelmed by the assault, the sparring partner was sent reeling against the ropes. Finally calling a halt to the session, trainer Rafael Cordeiro jumped in and told Mike Tyson, "It was good for today." However, the former heavyweight champion didn't seem convinced. He felt that he could go on further. He kept on asking, "Are you sure?" As Cordeiro helped him in removing the headgear, Iron Mike stated, "I got a lot in me. I'm just getting started." The clip ignited excitement among numerous fans. No matter the fight's result, it's truly impressive for a 58-year-old to exhibit such vitality. In a Fox 4 interview, when Ducey raised the topic of age, Tyson remarked that he doesn't see himself as comparable to others in his age group. He pointed out that his extensive training regimen sets him apart entirely. "I'm just a different kind of human being," he asserted. In one clip, we see Paul boldly declaring, "Mike, I love you, but I'm going to take your throne, brother." Tyson, ever the icon, watches the footage and lets out a laugh before delivering a sharp retort. "He's a manufactured killer. I'm a natural-born killer." In contrast to Tyson's lifetime commitment to boxing, Paul's relatively recent foray into the sport is obviously being mocked. With only a few weeks to go until the battle, Paul has been carefully analyzing Tyson's previous bouts, calculating how to avoid getting surrounded and how to trap me on the ropes and then get blows off to angles on each side. When probed about his game plan, Paul confidently states, "To just box on the outside and then use my footwork to be more agile and get him chasing me and then attack him when he's out of position. That should frustrate him." Facing criticism for accepting to fight Tyson, Paul explained his motivation at a recent press conference. "Making history. This is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. The people think I'm going to get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy." He further addressed online negativity by saying, "All the people in my comments say, 'Look at his power. He's going to get KO'd.' This has taken a chance to fight somebody as vicious as Mike can be. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's the name of the game. Mike Tyson has sent a cautionary message to Jake Paul, asserting that while he can certainly compete in the ring, it's only against rivals of comparable skill. The 58-year-old boxing icon is set to take on the social media star next month, marking his return to professional boxing after retiring in 2005. In contrast, Paul has built an impressive 11-fight record since entering the ring in 2020, suffering only one defeat, which was against Tommy Fury. While Tyson recognizes Paul's talent, he is convinced that the stark disparity in skill levels will ultimately lead to his defeat. He can fight for boxers his level. I do not believe he can compete at my level, Tyson told Fox 4 Dallas. He added, I'm just going in there with bad intentions, and my intention is to hurt this young man as soon as I catch him, because he's going to run like a thief. I don't see how he's going to make it an exciting fight by running all day. Tyson further mentioned, he's supposed to be the young guy. He's supposed to walk right through me. I'm an old man, but he's going to run all night. He should try it. He's a younger man. He should be able to take punches from an old and withering man like me. I can't wait for this evening to happen. I just don't think he's taking it seriously. I think he believes he's the young guy and I'm the quasi-retirement child. They may think I'm an easy touch. The fans won't believe the spectacle that's going to happen. It'll be something they've never experienced before, as far as pain is concerned. Paul has been under fire for agreeing to fight Tyson, nearly 60, but in a conversation with TMZ, he said, he's his own boss. He wants to fight me. He told my team, I don't give a about this. Like, tell Jake I'm still going to rip his head off and knock him out. And this just bought him more time. Tell Mike Tyson not to fight and to chill and see how that goes. Despite everything, Mike Tyson remains a formidable force, defying the conventional limits of age as he gears up for an eagerly awaited showdown against social media sensation turned boxer Jake Paul. At 58, Tyson's legendary explosive power in the ring is still undeniable. Fans and analysts alike have speculated whether his body, after years of retirement and physical wear, could sustain the fierce boxing style he was once famous for. Recent events have silenced those concerns. Known for his astonishing knockout ratio in his prime, Tyson appears to have preserved much of his fierce intensity.
What is that? Nice left hook! Up. It was good for today. Yeah. I told it. You sure? Yeah, me too. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You sure? Yeah. It's all right? Yes. Let's do this. You did great. We're done.
His renowned uppercuts and hooks have floored countless adversaries, and it seems this sparring partner was no exception. This incident stands as a stark reminder of the formidable threat Tyson continues to pose, even within a regulated setting. In recent discussions, Tyson has admitted that his strength remains largely intact, and this knockout seems to validate his assertions. The highly anticipated clash between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has sparked considerable buzz in the media, leaving fans split on whether Tyson's age or Paul's inexperience will ultimately dictate the outcome. Paul, who transitioned from YouTube sensation to professional boxer, has made a name for himself by knocking out former UFC athletes and other social media figures. While his unconventional journey to the sport has raised eyebrows, Paul has proven himself formidable in the ring, boasting an undefeated professional record. Nonetheless, facing a seasoned fighter like Tyson presents a unique and daunting challenge for him.
It's coming.
It's not how old you are, it's how old you feel.
I don't feel what the word old, I don't feel that.
No. Well, you're smart going into the new wave.
No, it's always the old wave, it's always this.
Yeah.
I could do all this stuff and not have this and this.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Tyson approaches this fight with serious intent, dismissing any notions of it being merely a spectacle or charity event. Sources close to him reveal that he's training with a fierce determination and an unparalleled level of discipline. His training regimen is intense, featuring rigorous sparring sessions and a demanding fitness routine, all while honing the core aspects of his fighting technique. The recent knockout incident underscores Tyson's commitment to proving that he remains a formidable presence in the boxing arena, even as he navigates the later stages of his career.
What's that?
My mother died at 16. If she came back to life, I wonder if she recognized me.
Yeah, she would. She would.
Yeah.
But she'd be proud of you. So you didn't end up staying in Brownsville.
Yeah, so far. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's reversed.
20 seconds. It's in the air. It's just like that.
The heavyweight colossus has remained out of the professional boxing scene since his 2005 defeat to Irishman Kevin McBride, a setback that led to his swift retirement. Yet 4 years ago, Tyson made a short-lived comeback in the ring, facing off against fellow boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition match. As the countdown to the fight ticks down to less than a month, anxiety among Tyson's fans regarding his health has grown more pronounced. Their worries deepened when Iron Mike revealed that he has been struggling to walk after his sparring sessions. Tyson has maintained a subdued presence on social media lately, but he occasionally offers glimpses into his rigorous training regimen. In a recent clip, the former world heavyweight champion unleashed a lightning-fast left hook that sent his sparring partner to the canvas, leaving fans astonished. In a different clip, astute fans caught sight of a possible issue with Tyson's right knee. While energetically pounding a heavy bag and participating in sparring drills, he was seen wearing a knee brace on his right leg. This observation raised concerns that he might be nursing a slight injury just weeks before his impending fight. Tyson's representative, Andrew Root, has now sought to quash any speculation over an injury. He told USA Today, "The knee support is strictly for preventative measures and has zero relevance on his performance or capabilities to win this fight. It's like one tennis star Novak Djokovic has worn. I think the same brand even. No injury here. He's looking invincible." In a contrasting viewpoint, YouTuber KSI has weighed in on the impending clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, expressing skepticism about Paul's performance, which he deemed terrible. As the fight approaches, excitement and conjecture are building among fans and pundits. Meanwhile, Paul exudes confidence, even daring Tyson with a hefty $5 million bet on the outcome. Fellow YouTuber turned boxer KSI, the most recent commenter, said Paul looked awful in the training videos he had watched. In the 22nd of October YouTube video, KSI said, "I've seen parts of Paul's training footage. God, he just looks awful, man. He just looks so slow, so sluggish. This isn't his natural weight. It is what it is." KSI went on to suggest that he thinks Paul will have the advantage due to his advanced age, notwithstanding his criticism. He said, "I still think he's going to absolutely destroy Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson is old as when Tyson does get obliterated, and then people on Twitter are going to be like, how did we let this happen? Oh no, this is so bad. I'm going to be the one being like, well, I told you." We know that Mike Tyson's legacy is indisputable. Revered by both experts and enthusiasts, he is frequently recognized as one of the all-time boxing greats. Even Jake Paul has consistently praised him, highlighting Tyson's lasting impact on the sport, particularly as they gear up for their forthcoming fight. Boxing legend Evander Holyfield, celebrated for facing formidable opponents such as Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, and Mike Tyson, claims that none match the sheer power of George Foreman's punches. Now 62, Holyfield is hailed as one of the sport's all-time greats, having captured the undisputed cruiserweight title in the late 1980s and the heavyweight championship in the early 1990s. Upon his retirement, he boasted an impressive record of 44 wins, 10 losses, and 2 draws, making him the sole boxer in history to capture the world heavyweight title 4 times. Over the course of his extraordinary career, Holyfield squared off against numerous tough challengers, notably securing a unanimous decision victory against Holmes in 1992. He went on to reclaim the WBA title in 1996, defeating Tyson by TKO. However, in 1999, he faced a significant setback, losing to Lewis in their rematch for the undisputed championship. In an interview with ES News, Holyfield, who fought until 2011, admitted that despite these challenging bouts, Foreman delivered the most devastating hit. Recalling their 1991 fight during Foreman's comeback, Holyfield said, "The guy that hit me the hardest was George Foreman. He hit me one time in the 11th round, and I came back to the corner and I said, did he knock all my teeth out?" In 1987, Foreman made a triumphant return to the ring, setting his sights on becoming the oldest champion in boxing history. He achieved this remarkable goal 3 years later, following a fierce match against Holyfield, as reported by The Mirror. Despite Foreman's remarkable punching power, Holyfield managed to maintain his undefeated record until he was eventually stopped by Riddick Bowe a year later. He regained his title against Bowe in 1993, yet faced a roller coaster of results as he squared off against some of the toughest fighters of his time in the subsequent years. In 2021, Holyfield made a comeback from retirement for a special exhibition match, but he was quickly overwhelmed in the first round by Vitor Belfort. Now, it seems he may be considering another return to the ring, perhaps following in the footsteps of his longtime rival, Tyson. Evander Holyfield famously known for having part of his ear bitten off by Mike Tyson during their notorious 1997 WBA title rematch, is rumored to be contemplating an unlikely return to the boxing ring. In a recent discussion with TalkSport, Mams Taylor, co-president of Misfits Boxing, revealed that Holyfield is interested in potentially facing off against KSI, the influential YouTube star who has been pivotal in the rise of influencer boxing. According to Taylor, Evander Holyfield made an attempt to fight KSI, but the promotion turned him down. He explained, "I know Holyfield contacted us about fighting KSI. Again, we wouldn't do that. It needs to be two evenly matched fighters at an even age. If it was Mike Tyson or Evander Holyfield, for all the money in the world, we wouldn't do that." I think it's ironic because the cornerstone of Misfits Boxing is on a higher moral ground than some parts of traditional boxing. Earlier this year, the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation designated this fight as a professional matchup rather than an exhibition. Yet it strays far from the conventional format of a pro boxing event. Consider this. A 58-year-old fighter who retired over 2 decades ago is gearing up to square off against a former YouTube sensation. This atypical situation has led the TDLR, Texas's governing body for combat sports, to introduce some distinctive modifications to the rules and regulations for the bout. Let's explore the specifics of these adjustments. The forthcoming showdown between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is set to feature rounds lasting just 2 minutes, a departure from the standard 3-minute format. Tyson believes that this shorter duration will contribute to a more electrifying contest, a point that holds considerable weight. Moreover, it will assist him in conserving energy throughout the planned 8 rounds. Both competitors will wear 14-ounce gloves, mirroring Tyson's previous bout with Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, which also consisted of 8 2-minute rounds. However, it's crucial to highlight that their prior match was an exhibition, where knockouts were prohibited. This time, the stakes and the rules will be different. Headshots will be allowed, and knockouts are definitely in play. This heavyweight showdown might feature a notable weight disparity. As Jake Paul has stated, his target weight is around 220 pounds, while he expects Tyson to weigh in at approximately 235 pounds. Moreover, the former heavyweight champion has voiced his inclination for a more compact ring, arguing that it would reduce the time spent chasing after an opponent. He feels that Paul is probably more agile than Tyson, which would compel Tyson to do the chasing. Although this is a professional fight, TDLR has made a significant and rare exception for this matchup that will greatly influence the outcome. In professional boxing, fighters usually wear 10-ounce gloves. However, for this upcoming bout, both competitors will be using 14-ounce gloves, creating an unusual scenario in Texas. This event is especially more significant because professional bouts that employ 2-minute rounds are uncommon in the city. Tella Mange, the communications manager for TDLR, stated, "We've had a couple of men's bouts that were professional debuts that were 2-minute rounds, but it's been a while and I haven't been able to figure out who those were." She went on to discuss why TDLR agreed to these exclusions in order to fight professionally. Mange stated, "If 2 contestants request terms that do not represent a safety issue and are not in violation of statute and/or rules, then we can agree to regulate the event and ensure those terms are enforced." So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.